Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez's big win over Joe Crowley last week, I think, clearly signified a massive shift in the political landscape. We now know that a progressive with small dollar donations, on the ground volunteers, and a bold progressive platform can unseat a powerful Democratic incumbent like Joe Crowley, who was seen by many as next in line behind Nancy Pelosi as House Speaker. But apparently, there are at least a few, if not more, Democrats in Congress that feel like this win didn't really signify anything. So here's Tammy Duckworth, Senator Tammy Duckworth of Illinois, on CNN's State of the Union. And here's how she reacted to Ocasio-Cortez's big win.
There were obviously a lot of shockwaves in the Democratic Party Tuesday night when 28-year-old Democratic Socialist Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez defeated the fourth-ranking Democrat in the House. Joe Crowley is a platform of Medicare for all, federal jobs guarantee, free college tuition. Is this the future of the Democratic Party?
I think it's the future of the party in the Bronx, where she is. I think that we as legislators need to listen to our constituency and get out there. I think what she did was she did the hard work. She pounded the pavement and she was out there talking to every one of her constituents. And I think that was the difference. She turned out her voters and reflected the needs of her district.
Are you concerned at all that your party is going too far to the left to either win in the midterms or win back the White House?
Well, I think that you can't win the White House without the Midwest, and I don't think that you can go too far to the left and still win the Midwest. Coming from a Midwestern state, I think you need to be able to talk to the industrial Midwest. You need to listen to the people there, and in order to win an election nationwide.
You can't go too far left and still win the Midwest, according to Tammy Duckworth. Now, usually this is where I come in and break down how she's wrong, but luckily, we have a bold progressive that is about to hit Congress called Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, and she tweeted out her response that perfectly debunks what Tammy Duckworth just said. So she tweeted out, with respect to the senator, strong, clear advocacy for working-class Americans isn't just for the Bronx. Senator Sanders won Michigan, Minnesota, Kansas, Nebraska, Wisconsin, Indiana. We then lost several of those states in the general. What's the plan to prevent a repeat? Obviously, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez is exactly right. Bernie Sanders essentially had the exact same platform that Ocasio-Cortez did, and he won those states. The states that Hillary lost in the general that ultimately lost her the election to Donald Trump. So, you tell me if you can't win in the Midwest with left-wing policies. Clearly, you can at least do better than Hillary Clinton did. Now, the reason why this is such a powerful thing that Ocasio-Cortez responded to this is that it shows she is willing to fight. So, oftentimes, a lot of people... so we've seen so-called progressives in the past. Someone like Barack Obama, who campaigned on a very progressive message, very anti-establishment message in many ways. And then once they won, what happened? They roll back all the promises they had. They have to work with the Republicans. They can't go too far left on their promises. They have to capitulate to every fucking position that the Republicans want. But here, with Ocasio-Cortez, you have an actual fighter. She's about to hit Congress. And she is already rebutting what Democrats, sitting Democrats, are saying. So, this is, I've said this a number of times, likely in other videos, but Ocasio-Cortez winning this race, winning this primary, is the best thing to happen to the progressive movement since Bernie Sanders ran for president. She is waking people up. And one of the greatest things is that she's getting mainstream attention. So after her big win, as one example, her Twitter followers jumped to 500,000. She has more Twitter followers than I think likely any member of Congress does. So here we in the House. So here we have somebody who is extremely popular already, and she's not even in Congress yet. And she is using her platform to rebuke the bullshit that is coming out of the corporate Democrats. Incredible. Now, there is a another tweet I want to share here, because I think it's, if you don't understand already how terrible Tammy Duckworth's argument is, maybe some comedy will help you acknowledge it. So this tweet went out from Existential Comics, who tweets, Ocasio 2018 runs on a leftist platform, unseats a long-established congressman, instantly becomes one of the most talked about politicians in the country, established Democrats who recently lost all 3 branches of government. This is a bad strategy. We need more of the same. There you go. I can't put it any clearer than that. These Democrats who have lost everything continue thinking that being moderate, moving to the right, is the answer. No. A bold, progressive platform is the answer. Getting out voters that haven't voted for years or ever is the answer. That's what Ocasio-Cortez did. She spoke to non-voters. She got them to come out and vote for her because of her bold policies. Now, there are people out there that saying that Ocasio-Cortez won because of her district. Her district is less white now, so because she was able to win over, Latino and Latino voters, that's why she won her race. She won in every area. She won white people. It wasn't just about the fact that her name is Ocasio-Cortez. She won because of her bold platform. She won because volunteers went out there, knocked on doors, and got non-voters interested enough to come out and vote for her on voting day. That's what happened. So this is clearly the answer for the Democratic Party to actually gain power again. But if they keep going back to this bullshit strategy of, being so moderate, being very kind, being very nice, not fighting at all, just listening to Republicans, we have to work with the conservatives, they're going to keep losing. But if you have more Alexandria Ocasio-Cortezes running in primaries and in the general election, then we're going to see some major gains for the Democratic Party. So I'm glad she's out there pushing back against Democratic establishment bullshit, even though she is now herself about to be a Democrat in Congress. Hey, if you like this video, hit that subscribe button below and consider throwing me a few bucks on Patreon at patreon.com/therationalnational or therationalnational.com/join.